Hello, it's me, and I've had some requests to go over a potential solve or evaluation of this really impressive looking puzzle here. I did an unboxing of this a while ago, and I thought I'd have the opportunity now to go through it. So this is the Sunminx, which is a derivation of the Sun cube, which is really something of a puzzle like this, the Bagua cube. And the thing about this is pretty much this is the dodecahedral version of this guy here. Well, the Sun version of it, where you have good face turns, as you would with a Megaminx. And you really have all the pieces of a giant looking Megaminx with centers and edges and corners. But you can also do these Sunminx or Bagua type moves where you can turn it 45 degrees here and then continue to make turns here. Now you can see the movement of this puzzle is actually really good. So there's much about this puzzle that's enjoyable, that I like. And maybe it was the size that made the movement really good. But the question is this puzzle worth it? And if it is, how the heck are we going to solve it? So here's the thing about this. Puzzle. Is first off, the movement is really good. I mean, it's fun just to move this puzzle around. It's well made, but it has what I think to be a critical flaw, which might make you decide if you really want to have this puzzle or not. Now, notice in the Bagua puzzle, it again looks like a 3x3, but you've got a lot of noise in terms of this edge. You've got to reduce these edges and reduce the centers, and there's algorithms to do that. But you can see you have this middle edge, and then you've got these kite edges over here. Then you've got these middle central portion of the edges, and then you've got these lines over here too, these bars. So this bar is involved in the process of reducing this puzzle, and this is a very smooth moving, nice puzzle over here. And if you rotate these bars a certain way, you'll bandage it. In other words, if this were rotated, I wouldn't be able to make this turn, I'd be blocked. And the thing about it is this puzzle has those bars, but they're internal. In their infinitesimal wisdom, the makers of this puzzle decided that they're going to take these, they're going to bury them inside and expand these guys out. So this actually has the bars on the inside, but you just don't see them. So what happens if this were rotated the wrong way? Well, what would happen is that you'd have an internal bandage. So I wouldn't be able to do this move, I would be blocked. But here's the problem. I have no problem with bandaging as long as I could see it. But if they internally bandage it, how are you going to solve it? So I'm not sure why they did it that way. I don't really buy the notion that internal bandaging gives that much of a challenge. It's not really that much of a challenge, just an annoyance. So what you need to do is you need to somehow work through that. Now, if that's not your game and you're okay with the Bagua cube, maybe you should just stop with that. It is a nice puzzle and there's some extra bits of the challenge. But you can't see the internal bars here, which will make it bandaged. Now, I don't mind internal pieces that you can't see. Actually, the 4x4 is really a 5x5 with internal pieces. A 2x2 is a 3x3 with internal pieces, but none of that causes hidden secret bandaging that you won't know about. It just creates parity situations. And actually, if you were to, if I shine a light here, if I push this in like so, I don't know if you can really see it, but deep inside there, there's actually, I have to get this set up here, there's actually, you can see where it is over here. So you can see that internally here, you see just the edge of it here, but you can see this is going straight up and down. So that's the internal bar here. If this is rotated, if I push this in, you'd see it across here. So you'd see it across there. So it is possible, but you have to keep pushing this in order to see it. And then you can do the same algorithms. So really, you know, I've solved it with that concept, but you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because I think it's pretty, I don't know if it's lazy or just the wrong engineering tactic to make it internal. It doesn't really enhance the solve, it just kind of causes the tediousness of it. So I'm going to go through the solve of this puzzle, and in so doing, you're going to make the decision. Number one, do you like what you see? Do you want to try it yourself? Do you want to buy this puzzle, keep it in your collection? Or for those that have already bought the puzzle, well, I'll show you how to do it and how to solve it and how to get to the bandaging. So either way you look at it, there'll be reasons to see what the heck I'm doing. So the first thing to do is I'm just going to go ahead and start the scramble here. So I'm going to scramble it like a Megaminx. So just to kind of separate pieces out. Now every so often you'll get a catch. Now this puzzle has yet to pop on me, and the stickers are very well in, but this just shows how playable the puzzle is. It's not very portable, but it is very playable. which is good. They had all the components of a really good puzzle. But who in the boardroom decided, hey guys, I got a great idea. Let's hide some pieces that'll bandage it. Puzzlers will really love that. Guess what? We don't. But anyway, the strength of the design of this puzzle is powerful enough to where it makes it barely worth it. Kind of worth it. Now, you can see some of these stickers. Well, some of these stickers are coming off a little bit, so I'll just keep a sharp eye on that. Hope I can find where my extra set of stickers are. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna divide this up over here. So I'm gonna do a couple of very simple sun cube moves. If I turn this like so, it'll separate that out. Let's go ahead and separate this out over here. Okay, so these are separated out there. Now I'm going to move it back. I don't want to cause any bandaging as of yet. And you can use much of the algorithms that we used for the Bagua cube, but you have to, well, translate that into you have to translate that for a 5-sided puzzle. So I'll move this over here. Move this over here. Move this back like so. Okay, so I have this in a pretty good scrambled position. So the first step, which is fun or annoying depending on how you look at it, is going to be a process of getting this back into the dodecahedral form. You're going to find some are going to be bandaged. So what I do is just kind of follow where the bandaging goes, or not goes. So now I can move this pretty clearly. So I can, okay, so really it's just a matter of trying to find our way through. Now this is where you have the most likely possibility of having pops. So you got to be careful, because if it pops, the puzzle's over. You're pretty much done. Okay, so again, it's just a matter of working with it. I like this over here. This I want to exchange with an edge somewhere. Well, see if I can move this over to here. Okay, good. Alright, it's not going to move here, so maybe it'll move down like this. Aha! Okay, if I move this over here, this looks a little bit more like it. And this moves pretty well here. Need to move a corner in place here, so can't move this, so I'll move it down like this. Nope. Gotta take it all the way around because it can't move this way. R-I-D-I-R. Okay, now I can maybe move this edge piece in here. So if I find an ability to do an R-I-D-I-R-D, then that's working well. But I'm just putting this in a corner position so I can move it in. Move it up like this. Okay, so this is good. I may want to find a corner piece that I can use. Maybe this. Nope. Okay, so this is bandaged here, so this isn't going to move, which means this has to be an edge somewhere. So we've got a nice side over here that we made. Okay, so here we are where there's really just a couple pieces to put in, but you're going to find yourself at an impasse because it seems like the simplest thing in the world to take this and swap it with this, move it to the side, but we're bandaged. This won't move. And if I try to do it here, oh, this won't move. So I'll go R-I-D, but it won't move over here. So we appear to have a hopeless situation, and we've got to unbandage this. And the question is, how are we going to do that? And you can see that there's another one here, but this guy's bandaged as well, so we've got to unbandage it. So now is where we have to start doing an algorithm to get it unbandaged, otherwise you won't be able to move forward. So we're going to have to know where those straight lines are, and those are the hidden pieces. So as you look into here, I think the problem here is that you have something that's curved. So as I look in here, and you're not going to see it as well as I can, but I can see that this is not straight up and down, this is at an angle. This is also, well, Is this straight up and down? No, this is also at an angle here as well. So I sort of have a V look to this. This is here and this is here. So I'm going to want to turn this around. This guy, as I look at it, this is... Okay, so this is at an angle here as well. So what I'm going to want to do is I have to somehow... Now this is fine over here, but this is not. This is what has to change. I want to put one in here where they're both either in... Well, this is a V. Let me see. This over here. So this is straight up and down. This is straight up and down. So if I move this here, so I want to get this out of the way. I want to be able to turn this. If I move this here, I know what this algorithm will do. What this will do is it'll take this straight piece and move it here without changing its position. This will shift over to here and flip, and this will shift over to here and flip. So at the end of the day, if I do this right, all of these will be straight up and down, and I may have taken this bandage out. So that's what I have to do. Now, before you do that, you have to make sure that this piece and whatever is here is also straight up and down. So I'm going to push this in, and that's not this. This is not straight up and down.
What are your grades so far?
This is not straight up and down, and this is going to be a lot of hunting. Not straight up and down. And this is not straight up and down. So I did a pretty good job of scrambling this guy. So I'm going to move this in. Is this straight up and down? Yes, this is on this side, and this is on this side. So that's a good start. This is straight up and down. So this has to be, and this has to be straight up and down. So is this also straight up and down? And no, this is not, but it's close. How about this guy here? It's just going to be a matter of luck. Okay. Nope, this is not straight up and down. And the hope is that I'll find something that is. And this is not. And this is bandaged. So here's what's going to happen. I'll try. I'll see what happens. So this is straight up and down. How about this guy? Oh, do I have another one? Nope. No, actually not. This is not. This is not. This is not. And this is not. Okay. So let's see what happens. And what this algorithm is going to do is we're going to do 2R U plus 2RI D minus 2R U plus 2RI U minus 2R U minus. Then I'm going to take this. This is the difference. I'm going to do a R and then a D plus and then a 2R. Okay, what that's going to do is hopefully we'll have taken all my bandage out. Now it also did something else. It took this piece, moved it to here, this piece moved to here, and this piece moved to here. So in short, what that did is it took the bandaging out. So you can see now this is free to do an exchange with this, perhaps. So we're going to do RI, DI, RD. Okay, so that's pretty good. So that's what you have to do to unbandage these things. Okay, and so finally, at long last, we have returned it back to its dodecahedral shape. But the real, the next part is going to be equally challenging. We have to take the bandaging out. And the way that we're going to do that is we have to just keep looking at every piece and putting it in one by one. And this is the drag part of the solve. So pick a side. Let's pick a center that we can easily identify, the green one. And let's look into each one of these and see what needs to be done. I look in here, this is straight up and down, and I have, this is over to the side over here. I look over here, and this is straight up and down, and this is over to the side. So, but this is over to the side over here, so that's not going to help me. Let's move this up here. It has to be on the same side. This is straight up and down, and this is... So this is the rare situation where I have two that are in. So I'm going to put that in a protected position here. And it would help if I get a V formation, because a V formation, yeah, right over here. This is a V formation, which means that it's going to be bandaged on both sides. This is straight up and down on both sides. This is curved. Well, yeah, this is curved like this and like this. So the way this algorithm is going to work, this will go here and not flip. This will flip and go here, and this will flip and go here. And because these are upside down, they're going to end up where they're supposed to be. So the way this algorithm is, once again, I think I can turn this off here. Well, okay, once again, I have to remember, this has to be straight up and down as well. I look here, and this is a V formation. So, no, not a V formation, but only one is straight up and down. This is not. This isn't. So the ones that are straight up and down are like good as gold. And it's going to be hard to find, and you're going to be spending a lot of time searching around. Okay, so I found this, which has not what I want. Okay, this is straight up and down here, and this is not straight up and down here. Thought it was. Okay, so this is straight up and down over here, and I just have to look all around the puzzle to find it. Took a while, takes an annoyingly large amount of time, and in that time you're really not doing much in the way of solving. You're just searching. So anyway, this is straight up and down, and I thought I found another one, but I am mistaken. None of these are. So precious few. But let's see what happens when we try. Might as well try. So it's going to be, let's just be sure again. So this is straight up and down. This, oh, this, okay. So it's got to be this one and this one that's straight up and down. So it's 2R, U plus, 2RI, D minus, 2R, U plus, 2RI, U minus, 2R, U minus, R, D plus, 2R. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys back in. R-I-D-I, R-D, R-I-D-I, R-D. So you can see that the puzzle moves really well when it's moving really well and not being bandaged. Okay, so now we'll move this in position. How are we doing here? Okay, this is not a V. This is angled here and angled here, so I'm not going to be able to use that one quite that way. This is, oh, this is all in. So these have all been taken care of. This is all in. How are we doing with this? Okay, this is a V, but it's got to be turned upside down. So let's move this over here. Okay, just don't want to touch this over here. So I'm going to move this to here. Then we're going to go 1. We're going to go 1, 2. Boom, 1, 2. Okay. So this is good. Here's my V. This is angled and this is angled. 2R, U plus, 2RI, D minus, 2R, U plus, 2RI, U minus, 2R, U minus, R, D plus, 2R. And we go through the process of moving this in. So I think you get the picture. And the fun of this is doing the positioning for this. Once again, if you just get over the fact that you're not going to, oh, phew, thought it was bandaged here. That was unexpected. Okay, so let me show you another configuration. This isn't a V formation. We just have this that's angulated. And this that's angulated. Okay, here's what we're going to do just to show another configuration. I want to keep this where it is because these are both straight. I'm going to take this and move this to here. So I'm now going to bat this guy out of the way. So this is angulated here, and this is angulated down here, but we're not going to worry about that. I'm going to put in one that's angulated here. So if there are two that are angulated facing each other, that's another configuration that's useful. And that's going to be this guy here. So let's move this here, here, and here. So on one hand there's a V formation where it's like this and this. On the other hand, just this is out and this is in, and that's what we have here. This is in and this is out. In this case, this is out and this is in. So if the angulated ones are facing each other, if I do it twice, it's going to be good, because here's what's going to happen. This is out, it's going to be out, then in. This is doing well, so it's going to be out, then in. And this is going to be, because it's angulated, in and then in. So I'm going to have to do it twice. So if you only have one that's angulated, move it so that it's facing the other one that's also angulated. 2R, U plus, 2RI, D minus, 2R, U plus, 2RI, U minus, 2R, U minus, R, D plus, 2R. Now I'm going to do it again. I'm not even going to pause. I'm going to do it again. What's going to happen is this is going to come here, this is going to come here, and this is going to come here. So that's 2R, U plus, 2RI, D minus, 2R, U plus, 2RI, U minus, 2R, U minus, R, D plus, 2R. Okay, so now these two have to be exchanged. So I'm going to move this to here, RI, DI, RD. Move this up over here. And actually, if I just go like, nope, that's bandaged, never mind. RI, DI, RD, RI, DI, RD, RI, DI, RD, RI, DI, RD, RI, DI, RD. Okay, swing it all the way here. We should find that this is in and these two should now be in, which they are. Okay, this one is out. Okay, those are the two classic configurations that you're going to see. What I'd recommend then is going all the way around here and trying to keep this configuration, and you keep putting things in until you do this all around the puzzle. And that's what it's going to take. You do this all around the puzzle until you get all of them straight, and that's all there is. There's also a left-sided version of that algorithm, which I'll also put in the description. So instead of doing 2R, you do 2LI and then 2L. So it's just the opposite. But go ahead and do this all around. It's going to take a while. Your finger's going to start getting grooves in it after doing that, but then you'll have it in a configuration where it's unbandaged.